Welcome to this small town. Have a seat, drink and sing. Welcome to my ocean. The air is easy and salty. And I don't mind if you don't mind me. Sing for your life, sing for me. Let our song echo and ring in a million years for eternity. Oh, I'm home now, as home as I'll ever be.
What's up, Savages? Today we're in Temecula, California, headed to Faith Armory. I'm gonna go pick up a firearm there. It's been my 10 plus waiting days. And we're gonna go check out their archery section. We're gonna go check out their fishing section. They got a full firearm line section. And hopefully, if we have the opportunity, we can go and ambush one of the guys there. We can maybe talk to the owner, TJ, or one of the other guys working at the firearms counter and ask them, what's in your pockets? Stay tuned. It should be a blast.
And I don't mind if you don't mind me. Sing for your life, sing for me. Let our song echo and ring in a million years for eternity.
Appreciate you taking care of all of my paperwork and getting my gun and stuff.
Yeah,
and
for sure, not a problem.
now that you kind of have a little lull and you don't have any customers in here, I was wondering if we could ask you a question, and I'm kind of putting you on the spot here. But all of our viewers, all of our Savages want to know, you work at a gun store.
Yes.
And I can see that you're carrying.
Yes, I am carrying.
What's in your pockets? As far as...
All right, EDC pocket dump.
EDC pocket dump.
So let me go with what I do here first. So I'm a supervisor here at Faith Armory out in Temecula. I run the gun side for the most part, and I also run the archery side in terms of lessons and instruction and everything like that. So I'm on the gun side today, so my gun side stuff is pretty specific to what I'm doing at the shop at this shift. So for those of you guys who have ever actually purchased a gun, you know that you do a lot of paperwork. So I have a lot of pens on me. So one of them is typically a Sharpie pen. That's just in case I need to write on a cardboard box or anything like that, some pickup information. And I have two pens that I find very comfortable that write perfectly on the federal and state forms. I got my phone. It's a Google Pixel 2, perfect phone, great for camera work and stuff like that. I have a...
Now, do you prefer this over an iPhone?
I actually do. I like the fact that iPhones typically slow. I don't like the fact that iPhones slow down over time.
Okay.
And I've had some bad luck with them. But the Google Pixel phone, I'm a YouTuber, so typically this phone is targeted towards YouTubers just because of the video quality and stuff like that. I do the videos for the shop too. So this is what the slow-mo cam is. So I use this for my slow-mo. It's just simple enough. It is a kind of chunky phone, but it records 4K. Records slow-mo in 720, but it's fine.
That's awesome.
And then moving back, I have my spare magazine that I just have in one of my 511 pockets. So essentially the 511 pants, if you ever wear them, they have a ton of pockets all over the place, and 95% of them have a pocket specifically for magazines and stuff like that. Let me see. I have a journal that's in a leather case. Essentially, you can just get the case on Amazon. But on the inside of it is a couple of field notes notebooks. So,
where do you pick these up at?
I pick mine up at Amazon, but you can get a Target variety version for I think like $8 for a pack of 3 or something like that.
Oh wow, okay.
I do like the field notes versions just because they do have they are grid lines. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So when I'm actually using this, most of the time I use it as my calendar. So, for example, for the month of January, I don't want to show you anything. I list in a very specific way of how the month goes out, and then I have a to-do list, and then as it keeps going back, I have all of my list of things for the week, and I can set it up how I want instead of buying a planner and then having to work with somebody else's system.
It looks like that notebook was like made specifically for this case. It's almost perfect.
Yeah, it is a perfect fit for them. You can usually run 2 of them. 2 field notes books in that case, but really you can find them
small
anywhere.
too.
Yeah.
One of the things I don't like, about some of the things I carry are they're thick.
Yeah.
Especially if you can carry them in a back pocket or something. So that looks like it's really nice.
And especially since it's real leather, it breaks in with you and with whatever situation you're in. Breaks in really nice. And then moving on, I have my key bar that contains all my keys for the shop and for home. I have a little monkey fist tied onto there just so when I have it in my pants, I can quickly figure out if I have it, and I can pull it just like that. And a lot of the guys here at the shop run key bars, and typically what we do is sometimes when we come into the shop, we leave it on the counter, and this is a great way to say, hey, that dumbass with the blue monkey fist left his keys out on the counter.
Oh, okay.
So it's a good identifier, but it's also practical in terms of it gives you something to grab onto and hold onto.
Now, I don't have a key bar. I don't know how many of my viewers have a key bar.
Yep.
How do you like that? How long have you had this for?
I've had this for about 6 months.
Okay.
It's a great way to organize your keys. I used to be.
I hate this.
Yeah,
I hate this with a passion.
I used to be like this, where everybody would be like, "Dude, we can hear you coming a mile away."
And that's exactly what it
Yeah.
is, especially stairs, anything like that.
Yeah, and it gets bulky and
It
stuff
is.
like that. And if you ride a motorcycle, which I do, your keys on a key ring like that will scratch up all over on your motorcycle.
Yeah, I
so
bet.
a key bar like this is nice, keeps everything tidy. They are a pain to set up, but when you have it set up, it's already good to go. They make them in a couple of different versions. This is the titanium version. They make them in aluminum, but titanium's just cool, just so you have it. If I can go back in time, I would probably buy the aluminum one just because you save a lot of money on it. But
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, just given the fact that the other guys here at the shop run these and they've liked them enough, it's perfect. It's great. Moving on, I have a O-light, just a little pocket light. It's got a magnetic bottom on it, which is great if you're working on cars or anything like that. You can
that's
actually
super cool.
attach it to stuff. So, for example, I had a flat tire the other day, and what you can actually do is just tap it onto your wheel well and then turn it on, or vice versa, and then just have it shine on your work area. And especially here at the shop, if you're doing any any gunsmithing or anything like that, and you drop a spring or you have a
it's a nightmare.
piece of equipment that you're looking for, a flashlight is a great way to find it. So I always keep one of those on me. Speaking with a light, light also goes with a knife because you need to pretty much, these are the two things that I always recommend a guy carries, is a flashlight and a sharp knife.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. The one that I'm carrying right now is a gift that I got from a customer. I like to keep my knives razor sharp, so pretty much this one is not my EDC, but it is something that I do carry here in the shop if I'm doing work-related tasks like shipping or receiving, cutting down boxes, stuff like that.
Yeah, one of the things we always say, especially with knives, is the most dangerous knife is going to be a dull one.
Yep, because
So-
you're going to put more work into it than you need to.
Yep.
It's going to slip and you're going to
Absolutely.
mess yourself up. Other than that, the firearm that I'm carrying is a Springfield EMP chambered at 9mm. The rounds that I'm using are DRT, Dynamic Range Technologies. They're frangible.
Is that what's in here?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
they are frangible rounds. They are 9mm. I believe they're 80 grain, so really lightweight. It's almost like cheating. There's no weight to that magazine. But I think that my wallet. I keep a minimalist wallet. Essentially,
Love it.
just the very basics in terms of the cards that I need. My fishing license, and then a couple of bills.
Cards or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
cards and whatever.
And you can throw your bills in there.
Yep, exactly. Yep, that's it.
What kind of holster you got on?
This is just actually, believe it or not, the stock Springfield holster. Usually I carry this inside the waistband, but today was just such a nice day that I decided to carry it outside the waistband, which is, just a kind of systems use kind of thing.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. One last thing. Yep, as my partner just pointed out.
Yeah.
Your watch. I don't carry a watch,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's only because I'm just not used to it.
This one right here is the Casio Pathfinder. It's great. A lot of people wonder why I carry such a big watch. It's because I come from a science background where you have to know the time, you have to know you have to know the barometric pressure of what your environment is. You need to know temperature, and here at the shop, you always need to know the date and the time because of people's pickup times and stuff like that.
That happened to us today, right? I showed up a little bit early to pick up my firearm.
Yep.
We had to wait a little while.
Yeah, exactly. So you need to know where you're going and what time you need to be there, and it's a watch is just one of those things that I actually forgot about. So
Right.
But it's one of those things that I always have.
It sounds like you're a super organized individual.
I
First of all, just with the way you have everything laid out, your
Yeah.
field notes, a watch. So how does that play into your overall preparedness? Like either for work or whatever it is you're doing, being organized.
Honestly, the majority of my situation here, everything that I have is it's a backup for something else. Like, for example, there's a contingency plan with what I have going. So for the majority of the time, I have a big fat DSLR that I carry around the shop, but my phone acts as a camera. And there you go. I have multiple backup pens just in case, because you never know when you're going to leave some. You have extra ammo because, hell, man, if a gun's out of ammo, it's useless to you. And then I'm a very forgetful guy, so that's why I need to have field notes and write everything down. And everything always goes in the same area, whether it's in the same pockets. There's always a system. And if the key to success really is having a plan, sticking to it, and really adapting to change. In this kind of situation, this setup is pretty much adapted to change, pretty much. So in terms of, hey, if there's just a single day at the shop where it's me just tracing paperwork, or me, you know, making a mistake dropping something and having to pick it up, or, you know, an actual force-on-force kind of situation with my firearm, and having a backup as, you know, a knife as my...
You said this was not your EDC.
It is not. However, I carry it at the shop.
What typically is, if you're not at work,
Yeah.
and you're not, you know, going to be using to cut open boxes and stuff like that, what kind of knife, what's your preferred knife that you carry?
I typically carry a Cold Steel Code 4. It's not an expensive knife. It's not, you know, it's not one that's really sought after, but it's a great knife. It was given to me as a gift, and I like it enough to always have it on me, and it's always razor sharp. So,
Reliable. Cold
yeah.
Steel's a great company.
Reliable.
We love Cold
Very
Steel. We're
reliable.
huge Cold Steel fans.
Yeah.
One last thing I'm going to say is, and this is more of just a compliment to you, I really admire the minimalist. Like, everything is super flat. I mean, with,
Yeah.
like I showed you with me, I mean, this is just one of my wallets. I have to carry it in
Yeah.
my cargo pocket, and obviously you know what's in here, so I can't exactly just not have it on me.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's really super cool to see that you've totally thought all of this stuff out.
Yeah, and really, this is the peak of spending a lot of money and time on, you know, figuring out what works and what doesn't. Because you can carry around a thick billfold, but really something like this will do in my situation. And in terms of, you know, your keys, that's, you know, it's something basic, but it really does go a long way to make sure, one, you're not making noise, and two, it's compact enough to fit anywhere, whether you're riding a motorcycle or you just have it in your pocket loose. And then in terms of flashlights, all of this equipment it's tough, but if you want to be successful at things, customer reviews speak volumes. So even if it's on Amazon or wherever you're buying it, figure out what has the reviews and read them, because people who are vocal with what they have and what they carry, it just speaks to the volume of the quality and the success that they have in their life with that item.
Hey Patrick, thank you very much. We really appreciate you taking the time with us today.
One
last thing I wanted to share with everybody else. If you guys have not already made it down to Faith Armory, they set up my hunting bow for me from start to finish. The guys here are super duper professional on the archery side over there. The firearms guys here have been nothing but professional. We just got a firearm transferred over into my name, and they've been totally awesome with it. If you need fishing gear, if you need absolutely any gear, this is definitely the place you want to come to. I don't think I've met one of you guys yet, the sales associates or the owner TJ, that haven't been absolutely incredible people. So if you have an opportunity to come out, definitely come out to Temecula, California, Faith Armory. As always, guys, stay savage.